Whenever we think of Hollywood, or more specifically film, we think of adventure, romance, action, drama, and comedy, to name a few. Film and its plethora of genres are all used to attract, or rather engage, some type of emotion out of us. Whatever scene or movie it is, it requires some type of emotional investment. We tend to always feel something. But how do we feel about death in film? You see, the film industry tends to romanticize death in a way that it's portrayed as a beautiful escape. But for the most part, this view on death is misinterpreting the harshness and rawness of the scope of issues. More precisely, that of death in the context of euthanasia. Before we dive into this issue of the wrongful contextualization of euthanasia, we have to backtrack a little. What exactly is euthanasia? There is a purpose behind this joke. For the sake of the length of the video, we're simply coining euthanasia and physician-assisted suicide as mercy killing, nothing more and nothing less. Let's start by taking a look at Me Before You, a film where a quadriplegic wants to get euthanized in England, but can't because of the Suicide Act of 1961. He proceeds to get euthanized in Switzerland. While this ethically and logically represents euthanasia, it fails to give the proper emotion, as it feels way too happy and relieving at the moment of death.
You're here to make my last cup of tea.
In Million Dollar Baby, the film logically and emotionally represents euthanasia but fails the ethical test, because the protagonist gets killed by request by a close friend.
I can't be like this, Frankie.
Essentially, we're not talking about euthanasia anymore, but rather murder. Now, in The Giver, there is ethical and emotional accuracy, but the setting disassociates the viewer from any logic. Being set in a dystopian society where death doesn't mean anything, it takes away from the meaning of euthanasia and the real world effects it might play into.
Do you know what that's like? To love someone?
Now, there might be one film that covers logic, ethics, and emotion, and still remain entertaining. That film is San Junipero. The show treats the subject of euthanasia in an ethical way, and succeeds in showing the reasons as to why someone might consider it as a serious option to escape from their pain. The show maintains logical validity even if it's placing itself in the future by referencing conservative ideals on the reasons why Yorkie's parents won't euthanize her. This creates connections with the past but still present a credible and possible outcome. San Junipero maintains ethical validity by providing detail on the struggles of getting euthanized and the issues the legal system still has in the distant future, but it doesn't stop there. It also creates an emotionally engaging drama. This allows for many people from different backgrounds to be able to feel genuine emotion and relate to it. Euthanasia for Yorkie represents a chance to start again and live the life she was never able to. This reflects over in the real world, as for many, euthanasia is the end of pain and suffering that they've had to endure. This take on film gives the viewer more power to understand the issue of euthanasia and creates a more positive impact. Euthanasia and its moral and ethical dilemmas are one misunderstood by the film industry and one that needs to be understood by the masses. For more information on euthanasia, please visit euthanasia.procon.org.